The following is a presentation of Playfly Sports Properties and Michigan State Sports Properties. Well, hello and good evening, everybody. It is Tuesday, November 21st, 2023. Welcome to the only show about Spartan Dawgs, hosted by Spartan Dawgs. This is Sparta MSU. I'm your host, Jason Strayhorn, along with my co-host, my man, Jehuu Caulcrick, and Otis Wiley. He's busy. This is the coach show right now. He's doing a lot of work. Had to move the coach show from Thursday to Tuesday. This is Thanksgiving week. So we want to say thank everyone, all of you, for tuning in to us. And thank you for your continued support. We really appreciate it. Be sure to go into that chat. I see a lot of people already in the chat because that's where that action's at. And follow us on all of our social medias at This is Sparta MSU. Chew, man, it's the week of Thanksgiving, man. A lot to be thankful for. How about you?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Definitely top three Thanksgiving, top three holidays in my book. There's nothing better than spending time with family, just sitting back, reflecting on all that we have. So definitely love it. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to our This is Sparta MSU fam. We'll dig into that a little bit more, find out some Thanksgiving traditions, white meat versus dark meat. Gravy, no gravy, deep fried turkey, roasted turkey, all that stuff.
Turkey, grilled turkey, whatever.
Turduckins, whatever you want.
This is a big weekend, and it was a big win for MSU football, but a huge win for MSU athletics all the way around. Hockey sweeps the number one team in the nation on the road in Wisconsin.
Yeah, we have a great weekly recap here. Cross country did their thing. Men's basketball won, women's basketball, volleyball, all those, sports. But, one of the big things that, number one ranked Wisconsin comes to town, playing, lights out until they ran into a buzzsaw, and that buzzsaw being the Michigan State Spartan, and playing at Munn Arena, the student section there, their name, they're called the Munsters, so they were, excited. They were going crazy in there. We had Coach Nightingale on the show, and, he was really excited about the guys that he had coming and for this season. So it was really cool to see. They're doing a lot of really good things there, and they're probably going to crack the top 10 rankings now with hockey, and that's something that's really big.
Yeah, it looks like they went into 7th position from 11, so they're absolutely in the top 10, just like you said. In women's basketball, scoring over 100 points in 2 games over the weekend.
Yeah, that's something that's crazy because I remember we're on the plane or something that turned to Otis because I've seen their scores and they're always in triple digits all the time. And I was like, man, are the women's basketball, like, what are they doing that, they're putting up a lot of points and they're also, getting a lot of stops because it's not like it's 100 to 98. It's like 100 to 60, 100 to 40, those are the scores that they're putting up, and they're playing a really aggressive style of basketball, a lot of full court press throughout the entire game, a lot of running, a lot of, play in transition. So if you want to be part of that women's basketball team and want to be on the court there, the big thing is you got to be in shape to do that.
Yeah, for sure. Full court pressing, scoring 100 points and playing lockdown defense all the way through. Yeah, get your conditioning in for sure. Young Spartan basketball players out there before you come on and sign up with Spartan, the green and white. Great for them. MSU women's soccer, however, did go out to BYU out in Provo and made it to the Sweet 16, but were eliminated from the national tournament after reaching the first Sweet 16 in program history.
Yeah, that's a great season that they had. We also had Coach Hostler on the show. So what that tells me is all the coaches that have been on the show, they're having success. So this is the spot to be. The women, I thought they were going to pull up. They scored first in the second half, but unfortunately they couldn't hang on to that lead. But a hell of a season. Great season for the women's soccer team. Coach Hostler and his staff are truly building a great nucleus with those girls there. And now what that's happening is they're building a program now. It's not just fielding a team anymore. They're in the back-to-back years. They're Big Ten champs. And now they make it as far as the Sweet 16 for the first time in program history. That's how you start building a foundation. That's how you start building a program. And you're going to start attracting more and more recruits to that, especially with the expansion of the Big Ten Conference, because that just doesn't just affect football, but it also affects all the other sports such as soccer, softball, baseball.
Yeah, it affects them all. It affects them all. And, seeing that the hires that athletic director Alan Haller has been able to make, he brought a couple names up, that have been very, very successful early in their Spartan coaching career. That there's a new hire coming up in football. We'll be talking about that more and more as the days go on, because people
might be coming sooner.
Yeah.
It might be coming sooner than people think.
Uh-oh. The sources are out there. Sources. Man, listen. Everybody wants to know what's going on. Look no further than this guy right here. Choo. He knows what's going on. Speaking of football, we got to talk about the game that happened down in Bloomington, Indiana. Michigan State goes on the road and reclaims the old brass spittoon. It's coming home.
Yes.
24-21 over the Hoosiers.
Yeah, and it's something that's really cool, them going there and winning this rivalry trophy, putting it, because with the expansion, like we talked about, the conference is expanding next year. So some of these rivalries aren't protected. So you might not see Indiana again till 2026, but you get to keep that in your trophy case. So those are the big things to have your entire trophy case loaded with all your rivalry trophies. And so, but it was a good game, well put together game plan. I thought early on the Spartans ran the ball really well. They were doing a lot of things to run the ball, and that opened up a lot of things with the pass game. So there were some big catches this game, so many big catches. One right here. We'll take a deeper dive into this catch, once we have that guy that's going to be a guest on the show today. I want to go through that catch. I want to go from the very beginning and just the entire thought process, the route, what was going through your mind, all those different things. We're going to break that down.
Absolutely. Speaking of big catches, Caden Hauser threw the ball to a lot of receivers on the road in Bloomington against Indiana, and none greater than the guy right there, Malik Carr, the freak, had a massive game, taking home Big Ten Offensive Player of the Week honors.
Yeah, Malik, he had, that was a big coming out party that Malik had in that game. He had a lot of good catches. Two of his best catches actually were, they weren't called for completed catches, or there was a penalty on those. But, he had a heck of a game. That's the type of player Malik is, and that's the type of player he can be, and is now finding that consistency in that as well.
Look at that, 9 catches, 119 yards, 2 touchdowns. You said one of them that was called back for, that was a touchdown. That I think it was about a 47-yard catch. Yeah. One-handed in the bucket, in the end zone. They called that one back, so we would have had 3 tutties. And then there was another one-handed one on the sideline that was just out of bounds. He just wanted to show everybody I can still catch this thing. He was way out of bounds, but he just one-handed caught that thing. Hey, listen, that's the kind of talent he has. There's no question to the talent that Malik Carr has. When you look at him as a pro prospect, what do you say about him, Chew?
There's a couple things I'll say. I say one, he needs another year in college to refine his game, get that up there, and to develop that consistency throughout week in and week out, be that dominant player that he showcased on Saturday. That's the difference right there from being a first day, in that top 4 rounds to a 5th, 6th, 7th round pick. That's the difference there, that consistency and that continuing work ethic. So those are things that I think Malik needs to do. He needs to definitely come back, get his, learn the game, the intricacy of the game, the X's and O's, to find things in route running, watching film, scouting your opponents, understanding the game, because at the end of the day, you can make these spectacular catches, but you're going to be in front of scouts. You're going to have to go up there and draw your favorite play up. Okay. And they're going to say, what happens if this safety rolls down and they pull into a cover 3? Now, what adjustments do you make? You have to understand all those facets of the game as well. And I think he can benefit from another year in college to just be that dominant player. And I think also to, play an entire season, and he's going to be on those watch lists. He's going to be in contention to win those postseason awards, and then really showcase himself for the next level.
The Mackey Award for the tight end of the year is an award that he should definitely be on the list. I don't know how the eligibility goes, but Malik Carr is a guy. He's a force. I know his brother has committed at the present time to play at the school down the road. I don't know how mom and dad is going to be able to split the time to be able to go between East Lansing and Ann Arbor. That'll be tough. So we still have time to maybe flip little brother to come back over this way as soon as this coach named.
Jim Harbaugh will be gone anyway, so
there you go.
Open that up again.
You said it. That's true. That's a job that can be open. There's no doubt about it. Also, let's not forget about Caden Hauser, who was named freshman player of the week for the Big Ten with his performance against Indiana.
Yeah, Caden did a lot of nice things. And I think the biggest thing with Caden, and we talked about this, is he's a quarterback that you have to, if you want him to have success, you have to move him off the spot. What that means is he can't just stand in the pocket and go through his progression because he's not comfortable that way. We see when he's in the pocket and doing those things, that's when he tends to throw some interceptions and some misfires. So what Jay Johnson did, which I thought was a lot better this week, was he moved him a little bit, and created routes that his receivers ran open into him. And also too, you got to give shout out to his receivers. His receivers made some terrific catches to bail him out of some not so great balls that were thrown. His receiver, we're going to get into that later on there, but I thought Caden Hauser played a really good game. The next step I want him to take now is to go in there and play a turnover-free game.
That is welcome. I believe that in all Spartan categories. When you look at Caden Hauser right now, it's got a little over 1,000 yards for the year, and he's sitting at 6 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. Want to cut down those interceptions, raise those touchdowns a bit. But he had a phenomenal game, was spreading it around. I think he had about 8 to 9 receivers that he hit in the game against Indiana. Caden, I believe, was 20. He was like in the 65% completion percentage. We had a lot of issues with stats at Indiana. It was something I hadn't seen in years.
Right.
The stats that were coming out were not, they weren't. The math was not mathing.
The math wasn't mathing.
And the stats have continued to be readjusted post-game. I think Malik Carr, when we left the game, he was at 88 yards and he went to 100 yards. Now he's at 119 yards after further review. I think Caden Hauser somewhere in the 245 yards range. Had a great game. Nonetheless, freshman player of the week in the Big Ten. Congratulations to both Malik Carr and Caden Hauser on their success in the game against the Hoosiers. But, we gotta talk to the guy when you talk about the Big Ten play of the week. And that's that catch that you were just breaking down a minute ago. We will do that in a minute, but we have to clean a couple house cleaning items. There was a decommitment from the running back, Anthony Carey, decommitted from Michigan State just in the last 24 hours.
Yeah, we're going to have some decommitments. Like we talked about, Tell until we figure out who our the next coach is going to be. So that's something that can be expected. Whoever the coach is going to have to do a good job of. The first thing that the coach has to do a very good job of is retaining the guys that's in the building, because transfer portal, the uncertainties and everything like that. That's the first thing. That's priority number one. When a president goes in to office, the big thing is your first 100 days. What are you going to accomplish in your first 100 days? A head coach coming in, he doesn't have 100 days. His first 14 days is, what are you going to accomplish in the first 14 days? You have to retain the guys that are in your building. And then with that, then you start surrounding yourself and your staff, to go out there and recruit those guys that committed before, because they committed because they liked the school. There was something about the school, the facilities, and everything that they liked. So now you have to go back there and sell yourself as a coach to, hey, we're gonna get you to where you want to go. What are your goals? Are your goals playing at the next level? Okay, this is how we can help you with the nutrition side of things, the strength and conditioning side, the recovery, the on-field, the off-field, the education. Okay, you don't want to play in the league. What do you want to do? I want to be a dentist. Great. This is what these are the programs we provide. All those different things. I want to make it big in NIL. Great. We have a collective. We're going to try to raise money. We're going to get you taken care of because you got to take care of mama and them. So I get it. That a coach has to understand what the player that he's bringing in wants. Understand their why. What is your why? Why do you wake up every day to come and pull the green and white on? Why do you do what you do? Once you understand that why, and these players know you give a damn about their why, they're going to start, buying into you, and they're going to start playing for you. So that's what the new coach is going to have to do. I know I ran off on a tangent. I don't remember what you asked, Stray.
No, you're right. Just spot on. I mean, we talk about what a new coach is going to have to do. We talked about a decommitment. So with the decommitment of Anthony Carey, it brought on these emotions. This is true. This is absolutely accurate, which goes right into Harlan Barnett, who's the sitting coach right now. The interim tag, he wants it removed. And I don't know if we have a clip of him talking, but we definitely know that what he says here. I'm a Spartan, I bleed green, and there's nobody they can find to do a better job.
The thing about this is this. So let me just go into my mind's eye here a little bit, Stray. Can I get a moment here, Stray?
You can get a moment. The floor is yours.
The big thing about this is you're not everyone aspire. If you have aspirations to be a head coach, some coaches do not have aspirations to be a head coach. Some coaches have aspirations to be a position coach, to be a coordinator, and then go do that way. But there is no playbook for this. Coach Barnett was thrust into hey, week 3 at 1 p.m. on Sunday, you're the new head coach now. Oh, okay. What do I got to do? First thing I got to do is retain the guys inside, because it wasn't just, poor performance. The coach got fired. It was bigger than that. So I have to make sure the guys in the building are okay, first of all, because we as coaches promise their family we're going to treat them right. We're going to mold them to men. So, and what happened was, that's something that's like, you talk about morality, you talk about all these different things, but we want to treat you guys as men. So that's the first step there. Oh, what do I got to do? Oh, let's come up with game plans. How do I make the program mine now? Little by little, brick by brick, try to develop, a culture, to try to develop a new identity, a Harlan Barnett identity. You don't get into that. Now you're worrying about how you're going to run practice. Are you running practice the same way, or are you changing things up? He changed the walk from the, taking it back to the tradition from the Kellogg Center all the way there. That's one change. And then in game, you're no longer the position coach. And I think Coach Barnett was bit by this a little bit, because we're all creatures of habits. We understand what we're doing. The defense gets off the field, the DBs goes. He's used to going to the DBs and saying, hey, What did you see on this? And, oh, no, you got to be on the field and call timeouts. You have to manage the game. So those are things. There is no handbook on how to become a head coach in the middle of the season from a position coach. So I would like to see if Coach Barnett is, given the opportunity, what is he going to do? What changes is he going to make? What does his staff look like? What type of identity is he going to bring? What is going to be the identity of Spartan football? Is he going to be the guy that surrounds himself with recruiters that are dogs, can go in these living rooms and pitch these kids and bring them in here, and he closes them out because he played here, he coached here, he understands what it means to be here, and get some help from the outside with the NIL thing. But the best thing is he has to surround himself with great coaches. That is number one that he has to do if he wants to be this. So I would like to see his full plan before. I know there's a lot of people out there saying, no, he's a nice guy, but he's not the guy for the job. We haven't seen his full plan. We haven't seen, what we're seeing, the product, what we're seeing is kids busting their asses week in and week out to put on a good show out there. This past game that we went to Indiana, let me get this right. Let me just spit some knowledge here. Every team travels with about 75 scholarship players. All right. Michigan State traveled with 45 scholarship players and got that win. That's resiliency. That's bringing a team together and saying the guys that you see out there will be the guys that are giving it their all.
There's no question about it. That was probably one of the first games that I can recall in my 18 years of doing this and covering Michigan State football, playing, that I remember so many guys leaving the game on carts.
Yeah.
And somehow, some way, Michigan State found a way to win. And being outperformed statistically by the team and being on the road. Those are big things to overcome. You went there shorthanded, as you just so eloquently stated there. You go there shorthanded, you lose your starting center, you lose a pass rush specialist, you lose your starting running back during the game, and you get outperformed statistically, and you still find a way to claw back and win that game. That's huge. That says a lot with this team, having gone through all the things they've gone through. And what we're going to do, we want to talk to one of the current players on this team. We're going to bring him on the show. Montori Foster Jr. joins us after these messages from our friends over at IHOP.
Introducing IHOP's new menu with perfectly crispy yet fluffy waffles, warm, flaky buttermilk biscuits, juicy, satisfying steak burgers, decadent eggs Benedicts, and more. It's time to find your new favorite. Don't worry, we won't tell the pancakes. Only at IHOP. Let's put a smile on your plate.
My source is more legit than your source. I mean, the chat is going crazy right now. I see all the talk that's going on in there.
Yeah, that's the people that are saying, and I'm neither here nor there, but like the people that are saying Urban Meyer, all right, like the question is this: I know from the outside looking in, we want to win. Yeah, I want to win too, but like, why do you want, like, if you were bringing your kid to a program and there's the reputation that Urban has behind the scenes on how he treats players and everything like that, from kicking a player, different things, letting them run roughshod and everything like that. Like, do you want your kid to play for someone like that? That's what I'm saying. The people that, like, let's think about that. Like, you want other people's kid to do it because, there's satisfaction in winning, but do you want your kid to play for someone that has that type of baggage and everything? That's just my question when everyone's saying that. I'm not, either here or there, but let's think about all those different things. And we fired a guy for moral reasons, and then we want to bring someone else in who was let go at other places too for those things. And so that's just my question there.
That's a big question, but without further ado, let's bring on the guy. Montori Foster Jr. joins Sparta MSU. Montori, welcome back.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you for having me.
Oh, man. Love having you on. Look, Chew wants to get into breaking down that catch, okay? You had a couple good catches out there.
Great catches.
A lot of great catches. But let's talk about what is the mood right now with the team after that victory on the road, your first road win in celebrating that locker room and riding that bus and that plane ride home to East Lansing. How was that?
Yeah, it was great. It was a big confidence booster for us, really, especially for it being a trophy game, winning the spittoon back. And, like our team morale was just, high, all week. And, we got the job done. It was definitely a great experience.
Yeah, man, definitely was a great experience. You had a hell of a game. Did you spit in the spittoon?
Oh yeah, I definitely did. Yeah, you got to. Yes, sir.
So what was the thought process going in the game? I know there was a lot of you guys came out of the locker room, from traveling with the team. You can tell, the demeanor of the team, what is going to be from the hotel to coming out. Well, first of all, what did you think of the hotel?
Oh, it was kind of, a little shady, but it's okay though. We didn't have no Wi-Fi, like nothing. Like you can't even get on your phone in there, but it was okay though.
Yeah. So that's one hurdle there that you could, you have to overcome there. And but then, going to the stadium, coming out in warm-ups, I saw a team that was fired up and I talked to people, and just like when you were jumped on earlier, it's like, how's practice? Everyone was saying, hey, practice was great this week. We had a really good week of practice. Did you feel that translated over to game day?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, we got some dogs in our room, so we come to practice every day, with a chip on our shoulder, trying to get better every day. Iron sharpens iron, and we just come to work and just get better, try to get 1% better every day. That's kind of what we preach every day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
man. Like looking at the game as it was going on, and you've seen it a lot because you had two players on the offensive side of the ball. You lose Samac, your starting center, you use a running back, and it was kind of scary the way that he stood up and fell. I don't know if you were on the field at that time and saw Nate, how he got up and went down. When you're seeing that, and I know as a player, seeing players get injured on the field, sometimes it's difficult to go full speed right away and get your mind locked in on the task that you have to accomplish here, because you're feeling for your brother that just went down. Talk about what you guys had to do and how that you were able to rally after losing two leaders like that on offense.
Yeah, it's definitely tough, just seeing, what happened with Nate and stuff. Because I was on the field, I kind of was right there, playing stuff, and just seeing him fall down. He's good now, but just seeing that, and then with Nick Samac and stuff, and this leg, it kind of was tough for us. But like being in that moment, you kind of switch gears and just like play for your brother. That's really it. You kind of want to make the plays and do the best that you can do on the field just for them. So
yeah, absolutely. So let's all that stuff. Let's get to the game. All right. Can we pull that play up and can we just pull up and just freeze it right there? I want to go I want the thought process, the progression. What did you see? Let's give us a little film breakdown here.
Okay, for sure.
While Tony's pulling that up, do you have a nickname?
Do I have a nickname?
Yeah.
No, I don't have a nickname. Somebody got to come up with something for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go back to the beginning of this play here. And you got to work on
the touchdown. I mean, look at all the TV copy. Right. Like, look at that. You get how to get famous real quick. Can we get to the beginning of this play when it's lined up, Tony?
There we go. This is as good right here. Yeah. So what coverage they're playing here for the layman here?
Okay, so it looks like we might have 4 or maybe 42, maybe, just because this corner to the field is off. He's playing off. He has me man, and then the corner to the boundary. He might be in 2, maybe, but he might be in 4, so he might have a man-to-man. Oh, it looks like 2 kind of because of that safety, because he's going to that half. So it's cover 2 over there, so 42. And for this play call, we had a curl on for this play called Hank. So it's a 12-yard curl. I got to run my route at 12, and then come straight back to the quarterback on a 45-degree angle. So that's pretty much the play. That's how it started. And then, you can let
I
it.
like it. I like the break. This is what I'm talking about here. This is where if you want to go to the NFL Combine, they're going to pull this play up and they're going to say, hey, break this play down. Talk to me about it. So I like it. I feel like that. All right, so let's go. Boom.
Yep.
Oh, man. So you come back for the curl and it's a little off target, huh?
Yeah, it was just a little tad bit off. I just had to make my quarterback right. So I went and grabbed it real quick.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, I had to grab that one because it might have been a pick six, honestly. But
good point. Number 3's back there. Yeah.
Oh, he saw it. He saw it.
Yeah. And then the spin move, that was just natural. I just seen 44 kind of flying on a little angle. So I kind of, got that. Then I seen him and did the spin move on him. Then number 6 tried to kind of strip it. I'm in the weight room for that. So, that's not going to work. Then I got in the touchdown, got in the end zone. So it was definitely a good play. That's probably one of my top plays for sure. Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
You know what's impressive about that right there is that you didn't taunt him because, hey.
I was so close. I said a couple words when I walked in the end zone, but we're not going to, say that right now. But
right there, right.
Yeah, I had to say a couple words, but, I want to do some more extra stuff, but we got to keep it classy, though.
There you go. So what I and some advice I would give you, because watching you this season, a receiver that's in the NFL that I think you should watch film of, and he does a great job of yards after catch. He's not very big, probably your size. Watch some Spartan Dawgs. That play right there, that's plays that he's made a lot this season, for the Buffalo Bills. That's a receiver that I think that you can emulate your game after. And he's a Big Ten guy, played at Minnesota as well, too. So he knows what it's like playing in this conference. So watch some Spartan Dawgs plays there. But
all right, yes, sir. I watch him. I watch Odell. Just kind of the similar size guys as me. So I watch them all the time. That's kind of how I got better too, like in high school, because I only played 1 year in high school football. So watching a lot of NFL tape helped my game, elevate pretty quickly.
Now your pops,
senior
your pop. That's my guy. That's my guy right there. We hung out with Pops a few weeks back at the Graduate. All through the game, your Pops sending me emojis after the catch, sending me. That's one proud man there, man. He's so proud of you.
Yeah, that's my guy, man. He's there at every home game. I can't wait to see him in Detroit too. In that NFL stadium, just being able to put on a show for him. I love playing in front of him, playing in front of my pops for sure.
Talk about that. So, because I know that this was once upon a time the big controversy in Spartan football or Spartan Nation was that Michigan State was giving up a home game to go to Ford Field. That was the biggest controversy we had for this team going into the season.
Yeah.
Now, here we are, more controversy, all kinds of controversies go around. You guys have been able to muster up 4 wins, okay? And you're going into the last game, and you're in Pro Stadium down in Detroit. You just talked about it a little bit. What is it like? Have you thought about, like, what it's going to feel like being able to play on that field that so many big-time players, especially look at the Detroit Lions this year. They're playing really good football. You get to play in that stadium in front of your fans and your family.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a great experience, just being in that venue for sure. Like you said, a lot of players played in there, and had great performances in there. And just for me, every game is a big game for me, but, like I'm not looking at it as, too big or like too small, like the situation of where we're playing at and stuff. Like, I just know, like, it's 11 guys on one side and 11 guys on the other side, and the field is the same dimension. So, I'm kind of looking at it as that, and just trying to go out there and just do the best that I can.
Oh, look at the collection plate that's going around. He called, so Steve Smith said, money, Montori, money Foster. That's what
Okay. Okay.
Now just talking as a nickname. You gonna be like that now?
Right.
So let's go. Before this, you came out to this game, Indiana, with a lot of fire, a lot of passion, a lot of intensity. What were you pissed off from the Ohio State game going back home? You didn't get many targets. Did that fuel you for this game?
I mean, I'm not gonna kind of say it fueled me. I mean, obviously, I definitely was frustrated, from the outcome of the game. Just like you said, not getting the targets and especially not winning. But I kind of stay level-headed. I don't get too high, I don't get too low. I kind of just stay level-headed throughout the week and just try to get better every day. Just keep developing, just trying to master my route running every day. And that's pretty much all I can do. Just kind of control what I can control and let everything else take care of itself.
Everybody's talking about, what's going on behind the scenes after losing Coach Mel Tucker, and you have Harlan Barnett now, and there's coaching search going on. Take us into my locker room if you could, and talk about what you guys feel about your current coach, Harlan Barnett, and what he's been able to do this season.
Oh, he's been great. Just keeping us together, really. That's the main thing. I feel like he's been doing really great. He's always, preaching to us. He's a very religious guy, so like that's big for me, especially, I come from a very religious family and stuff like that. So that's a big part for me too. And he's just doing really, really good, just trying to, do everything in his ability to make sure that we're comfortable there and make sure that everybody's on the same page. And that's pretty much what my biggest takeaway is from him being our coach.
Absolutely. So you got, you're listed as a senior. I would lose my media credential if I didn't, ask this question. You're listed as a senior. You have another year of eligibility.
Mm-hmm.
The people want to know. The people want to know. First, one, are you coming back? And two, what will it take to keep you as a Spartan?
I mean, really, I'm not really sure. I couldn't even give you the answer right now just because, everything is kind of up in the air for a lot of us, so it's kind of, I really couldn't even give you that answer right now. I'm sorry. So it'll probably be a decision like after the season sometime for sure.
Okay. So when you make that decision, you're going to come on this show and announce it.
Okay. We can make a bet. We could do that.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
That's all we want.
I respect that. That. And at the end of the day, Stray feels the same way. Otis feels the same way. We want you to make the best decision for you and your family going forward. And that's the number one thing there. You have to make the best decision for you. Your goal, if your goal is to play at the next level, you got to make the best decision for you. That's going to get you to the next level.
Right. Yes, sir. Yes,
if you got a coach that's coming in that's going to run the wing tee, I would be hoping you leave.
Right.
The wing tee is coming up in here. I know that we want to break down like the Penn State game, but we can't have you giving up your trade secrets for them. We ain't gonna have none of them sign stealer guys listening to our show and getting the what's really going on in Spartan football. But man, look, we really appreciate your time coming on the show today and telling us how it feels, man. And look, congratulations on having that play of the week. Chu has another one.
Yes, and Mama Hall, yes, he said he did spit in the spittoon.
Yeah, everybody did, right?
Yeah, everybody did.
You boys, yeah. Man, then you'll be shaking and like, But hey, Thanksgiving is coming up.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
What is your go-to? Let's fix yourself a plate. What's on the plate?
Okay. So when I go back home, I got a big plate. So we got these like big gigantic plates full of my mom's food. Okay. So I have on my plate, I have like some deep fried turkey.
Okay. Dark meat or white meat?
Oh, white meat. Yeah. Okay. So we had deep fried turkey. We had mac and cheese, yams, collard greens. We had some Hawaiian rolls. And then, you got to have dessert. So you definitely got to have a sweet potato pie.
Okay.
For sure. So I do that. And that'd be my Thanksgiving plate.
Okay. Very nice.
Sweet potato pie.
Oh, yeah.
Is it stuffing or dressing?
You know it's dressing.
Dressing.
you know that the pigmentation dictates what it is.
I kind of forgot about the dressing. That's crazy. You gotta put the dressing on there too.
Cranberry?
Yeah, with the cranberry, yeah. You gotta dress it up for
sure. Sweet potato pies, it's a sweet potato versus pumpkin, right? Yeah. So that's the other delineation.
Want to know a confession?
Yeah.
I have never had sweet potato or pumpkin pie.
That's crazy.
What?
That's crazy.
I don't know. I don't even know what to say.
Yeah. I don't know what to say either.
You a pie man.
Yeah. I'm a pie man. Apple toffee crumble pie.
That's the British influence you have.
Yes.
Not quite a settler here. But listen, Montori, we appreciate that, man. Like getting a chance to see, let the fans get to know you a little bit better. And man, we're rooting for you on Friday night down in Detroit, Ford Field. We'll be there cheering for you, brother. Thanks for coming on the show, man. Have a great game.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you for having me too.
I appreciate it.
All right.
Montori Foster Jr., seniors watching.
He said, I've been out around the wrong crowd.
Hey, man, you be asking for it. I don't know what's going on.
Well, so while we're in this, there's other things I've never had. I've never had a sip of coffee in my life.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I have never had chicken noodle soup either.
What?
Yeah.
You afraid of it?
No, I made it to a certain point in my life and I realized I've never had it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to ride it out.
It's not going to happen. You're going to get sick one day. It's going
I've been
make
sick
it better.
before. Man, no, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, man. What do you do instead?
If I feel I'm getting sick,
yeah,
steam.
Just steam. Okay.
Yeah. Get on the elliptical for 60 minutes.
You lying, man. You doing them hot toddies is what you doing. That's you.
He sweat it out somehow.
One way or the other. You know. Do you ever have hot sauce? Just trying to see something. Uh-oh.
I'm from Africa. We have hot sauce, not this liquid thing y'all be eating here. We have hot sauce that's paste that you put in your food. When my mama comes to town, she's in Houston right now. When she comes back, I'll get some hot sauce for you people. And then you guys will be talking about, oh, it's too hot for me.
Too hot?
Yeah.
No too hot sauce. I love hot sauce. We love that. Let's have a hot sauce. We got to have that. That was Sean now. Sean is the barbecue man.
I know. Hey, yeah.
Okay.
You better get some ribs getting slapped for this weekend, I bet.
Steve said, you only 35. You got he's older than 35. Steve. You got a long way to ride. Right. You know, by the average, you got like 50 years. Just never let chicken noodles
personal.
Your lips.
Africans have pepper soup. You know what you know about that pepper soup? That's what you do for real though. When you're getting sick, you get some of that pepper soup. And here I have to say on the show, I have to be cool. I said pepper soup, but we say, hey, get some pepper soup. Some pepper soup. Yeah, some people eat it with fufu. Yeah, fufu and soup.
Fufu and soup?
Yeah, fufu and soup.
That's what it's called. See, every time when you get that African food, man, you start the dialect changes. Fufu, there it is.
Yeah.
Rev.
Rev knows about that fufu.
Yeah, fufu. Love that soup. No, Stray, that Liberian pepper soup will peel the skin off your. Oh, it's like that.
Yes.
Peel the skin off your tongue. Me?
That I'm telling you, I actually just had some tonight. Actually.
Oh,
yeah.
I see. Like you battling it. You're braving it, pushing through. You're coughing. You're sneezing. You were out at the Pistons game with George last night till the wee hours of the morning. You're here today. This is the only show we're doing this week, by the way, everyone. So get Thanksgiving off with your families. We have family too. Chew.
Yeah, I'm gonna be kicking it with my cousins. They're hosting. We rotate who hosts. So not doing the cooking this year. I will be making a 7-Up cake to take with me as well. But Mama Hall, there, you say your friends from Monrovia. That's where I'm from, Monrovia, West Africa, in Liberia. Named after President James Monroe.
Oh yeah,
yeah. That's where all the freed slaves went when they got free from America to Monrovia.
They ran back to Monrovia. History, and shoot, you done froze up on me. That's okay. Look, we got a little technical difficulty. We'll get you back in, but yes, beautiful people, pepper soup for Thanksgiving. I don't know what pepper soup, fufu soup. You know, we're rolling with you here or not. We got you back.
I'm here.
Back. He's not sick. That pepper soup didn't call him. We're gonna finish this one on out, man. So look, gotta get into the breakdown before we wrap this thing up about Penn State, the preview. What's the keys to the game? We got Nick Samac who's going to be out of this game. There's a chance that Nate Carter does come back, running back. Hopefully, from head coach Harlan Barnett, he says Maverick Hansen can play. Hopefully. Mm-hmm. What are the keys to victory against Penn State, a very talented team?
I think the big thing is we have to maintain possession on offense. We have to stay ahead of the chains. We have to put ourselves in third and manageable. You know, we have to have success on first and second down so our playbook offensively can be open on third down. So we can do a lot of different things. We keep their offense off the field. Penn State's defense is a really stout defense. They're going to try to do a lot of exotic things with the defensive lines from different stunts and twists. So we have to, offensive line, Stray, you know this better than anybody. They have communications key. Communications absolutely key. If they're doing TE stunts, you know, as a guard, as a tackle, you can't jump, you know, get out there and then get someone coming behind you there. Communicate with your running backs. Who are you picking up? You know, we got the 4 down in the mic, who you have the Will, Sam, and Sky. Communicate those things. Caden Hauser has to protect the football. We have to do things to put him in position to be successful. And what that has been, when we moved the ball against Ohio State, we were moving him off the spot, making him throw on the run. When we had success against Indiana, it was the similar type of plays that we were doing those things. The receivers have to come up again. So those are some of the keys that we have to do, and we have to be sound on special teams.
They're very, very talented. You just named all the different things. We pray James Franklin goes full James Franklin. That's again from Sean. Look, James Franklin, yes, if we keep that game close, you know, that's the thing. And let him make critical decisions when it's time to make critical decisions. I believe that's what you're referring to when you say James Franklin being James Franklin. When you look at their stats, they're like top 5 in the nation in so many defensive categories. I mean, number 1 in a ton. Number 1 in red zone, our sacks, turnover margin in the nation. So they take the ball away from people. They do a great job of that, scoring offense. They're in the top 15 in the country. But if there is an area that they struggle, it seems to be throwing the football. You look at Drew Aller, the sophomore quarterback from Penn State. Not a guy who, look, statistically, right now, he's a guy who's sitting at over 2,000 yards at 185 a game, 21 touchdowns to just 1 interception. However, when you look at the amount of passes that he's thrown, you know, 197 completions at 2,000, it doesn't seem like he's throwing the ball downfield much, Chew. It seems that he's a little struggles a bit there.
Yeah, he definitely does struggle a little bit. Last game he got hurt. He left with a head injury, but they said right now he's on track to play this week. So he's also a quarterback that he can hurt you with his legs as well. So you have to be aware of that. But he's not going to throw the ball. They don't take a lot of shots. Taking shots means, passes 20 yards or more. So they don't do a lot of that. He wants to throw it to his check down, to his receivers, put the ball in his playmakers' hands and let them go out and make plays. So, but something with that, like that, I find always fun. Do you ever see, and I'm sure Tony G he's spot on with these things. I'm sure he can do. Can you find, if possible, a picture of James Franklin locked hands with his players walking out? Like, it just looks like his players are leading the blind guy out, to the field there. It's just, every time I see it, I'm like, man, is James Franklin blind? So, but that's neither here nor there.
I've totally seen that, man. He's locked arms. He's got the glasses on, leaning back like he doesn't know where he's going. James, man. Franklin. Look, Tony G will probably find that for us.
And one other thing that I need to talk about there, and once again, I'm going to say this is Sparta blessing. Since that boy's been on the show, Mangum, he's been running that rock.
Yes, he has.
Darren Mangum, he's been coming on. He's been really, he's getting 100. He's 100% healthy, and he's been really toting that rock and tackle to tackle, doing a really good job. I don't know why he's a big back. I don't know why last week we put him out on to run a sweep. You know what I'm saying? To the short side of the field. That was just head scratching, mind baffling, whatever you want to call it. You got to put these players in position to be successful. He has to go tackle to tackle, let Nate Carter and the rest of the other backs do the outside zone. That's how you establish running back by committee.
Question from Sean, does Jaron have another year?
I don't think he has another year. I think this is it. But I'm not 100% sure.
It's very strange because you have the COVID years. Like, we're still dealing with COVID year players where players can get a redshirt year plus another year. So you see a lot of 6-year players coming up. We're not out of the woods with that.
Yeah, if he has another year, then let's bring it back. Pray for a healthy, fall camp training, spring, fall, and go into the season really healthy, because we know Nate Carter has another year, so he can do that. Hey, do we have that James Franklin picture?
Yeah, there it is.
No, I want one with the sunglasses on.
There it is. Man, Darren Tatum does say that Jaron has another year. And that's the father of one of the players. So, hey, he knows better than we do with that. The eligibility thing is a very fluid situation. Obviously, we know with the coaching search happening, guys will have to make their own decisions. But if you have another year and all things line up, be great. He had 13 carries, so he did get a little bit more carries this week against Indiana than at Ohio State, just for 23 yards. Some losses later on, but then he had 5 catches too for 33 yards.
Yeah, so he's coming on at the right time. So it's really good to see, and I'm glad he's finding that success in that.
No doubt about it, man. So listen, what are you going to be doing for this Thanksgiving holiday, before you come down to Ford Field and watch the game to kick off on 7:30?
Yeah, I'm going to be, going to my cousins. We're going to have some dinner. We're going to have ham. Do you eat your ham hot or cold?
Both ways. But during the dinner time, it's going to be warm.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll go
first round
with the hot ham. Then I'm going to definitely get my turkey drumstick. Dark meat all day. So I got to get my turkey drumstick. I'm more of a meat plate guy. I'm not really into the veggies and all that. I don't really care for dressing and all that stuff. So, we're gonna have some smoked ham hocks. We're gonna have some ribs. Some fish. All those different things. So I just have like a meat plate. Get the meat and just go. What's that?
Somebody just put in there, Dark Jackson Hunter, dark meat on 2. He put TOO, but I mean that's like almost like what we say when we break it on top. On top.
Okay.
Okay, now we got it. Had to resubmit that one. Hey,
Right.
ain't nothing wrong with that, man. When you talk about the plate, so are you going to be watching little Lions football like everybody else? I mean, it's a big weekend for football in Michigan.
Yeah, I mean there's a lot of people drinking the Honolulu Blue Kool-Aid around here, but
why are you hating on the Honolulu Blue?
I'm not hating on it. I'm not hating on it. I just want people to just put things in perspective. All right, yeah, I get it. Put things in perspective. Enjoy the season now. There's no need to be getting all arrogant and talking all that talk now, talking Super Bowl and everything. Win a playoff game. All right, let's do that. Win the division, win a playoff game, and move, forward that way.
They get to the Super Bowl. I know who they won't be playing against.
Who?
Them Bills.
Hey, you just got to punch your
I know that much.
Dance. All you got to do is get to the dance. That's all you got to do.
Just get there, huh?
Just get to the dance.
Look.
And for cranberry sauce, I like the gelatin one in the can that wobbles and wiggles. I like that.
What they talking about? Tequila shots on Friday. Everybody on the tequila now. What's happening?
What's happening?
Where do we go wrong? I looked up, looked down. I see tequila, Patron, shots. What is happening in the chat? And these are the pair. You got to be better examples to your children.
You better get that Casamigos or that tequila Ocho for your boy Chooch.
It's gonna be great, man. Got the boys coming up this weekend too. We're in Indianapolis with my dad's place down here, enjoying the good food, man. So yeah, like you said, the turkey, the dressing, the ham, all the fixings.
Are you team dark meat or team white meat?
Both, bro.
Both.
I don't discriminate.
Yeah,
get a little bit of both. You got that breast, and you got to get that wing, the season right. You know what I mean? So you get that flavor. See? You
like a KFC, huh? Your Thanksgiving dinner, they got a leg in one hand and a breast in the other.
Leg and a breast and a wing. That's a breast and a wing, that's kind of my thing.
Do you know technically a wing's categorized as white meat?
Yeah, but technically,
yeah, I'm with you. I think I look at it as dark meat there, but he's selling it for that white meat price.
Especially when I go with you to B-Dubs or someplace like that we don't have a deal with yet, so we can't be giving all that.
You can't do those wings with the turkey wing now.
No, not at all. They talking Don Julio. Peggy's car says she's going.
Where the tailgate going to be
last tailgate?
Where the tailgate going to be at?
We need to know where that is. Please let us know. Where the tailgate will be on Ford Field downtown, because we don't know. It's not the same place as the normal parent tailgate is in East Lansing. We know where that is. Chew never shows up. I show up to that because I care. Chew's always running around.
Year two, you did not have the flexibility to be bebopping around. You were running around doing what I was doing, different activation, pregame, this, that, and the other.
It's getting worse. It has gotten worse. Look, man, I appreciate this, man. Anything you're thankful for before we wrap this show up?
Yeah, the big thing is, thankful to everyone that's in this chat, giving us the platform to come here and, talk Spartan football, talk about what we love, and give us the platform for me to be Chew, me to come out and show my, how I was in the locker room. And, so like, this is really cool, that this family vibe, everybody here. So I really appreciate that. Really thankful for this is Spartan Nation. We might not agree on everything. I know some of y'all there, Spartan MD, all y'all boys there, y'all dissing me, but I still love all y'all.
You love the kid.
Love the kid. Thankful for you, Stray. Thankful for you for continuing to teach me and push me in the biz of the broadcasting world. Thankful for Tony G, Tony L, Brendan, Mama Stray for keeping this train on the tracks.
Right. Couldn't do it without you guys.
Without the process, we won't be where we are.
Yes, definitely thankful for the full This is Sparta MSU family, all those people you named. Otis, I know you're not on the show, but we're thankful for you, obviously. Without Otis, we definitely wouldn't be here. So look, I can't thank everybody enough. Everybody in the chat and beyond, everybody that's behind the scenes, everybody who's on camera and beyond, all the guests that we have had and the guests that we're looking for. And we're going to find you in the future, for all and everybody that is a human being on this earth. We are very thankful for you for being here. And, God loves you. We all love you. And look, for Jehuu Caulcrick, I'm Jason Strayhorn. This is Sparta MSU. Happy Thanksgiving, Spartan family. Have a good night. God bless you. And go green.
And go white.
This is Sparta MSU is a combined presentation of Playfly Sports Properties and Michigan State Sports Properties. The show is produced by Tony LaBarbera, Tony Gustella, and Process Driven Consulting. Additional support is provided by Brendan Duravage. On-location technical support provided by Good Fruit Video. Be sure to follow our host Jason Strayhorn, Jehuu Caulcrick, and Otis Wiley on social media. To stay up to date with all the latest This is Sparta news, please like and subscribe by visiting our link tree and tell a friend to do the same. Thank you for your support, and as always, go green.